Welcome, Alabama FBLA, to the opening general session of the 2019 State Leadership Conference. This session is now in order. Good evening. It's great to be in Birmingham. The FBLA state officers are excited that you made the choice to attend this stimulating and challenging conference. The fact that you are here, that you earned the right to be here, says that you are ready to create, lead, and inspire. There have been many opportunities this year for you to succeed. For some of us, we took the first step when we campaigned for an office. For others, it was when we attended the Alabama FBLA District Workshops or the National Fall FBLA Leadership Conference in the great cities of Charlotte, North Carolina, Chicago, Illinois, and Albuquerque, New Mexico, or the Joint Leadership Development Conference in Birmingham. Others participated in March of Dimes activities, community service, job shadowing, or provided a school service. Many of us continued our business connection when we entered a competitive event. Let's make this year's theme a reality and take every opportunity to create, lead, and inspire with FBLA through leadership, motivation, teamwork, service, and excitement. Show others that you are prepared to be a leader when you step out to be the first to meet other FBLA members by greeting those closest by. When I say FBLA, create, lead, inspire, please stand and introduce yourself to everyone close by that is not a member of your local chapter. Tell them what chapter you belong to and find out where they are from and what area of business interests them. See how many people you can meet in 30 seconds without leaving your area. Stand. FBLA, create, lead, inspire. Please be seated. It's just that easy. During the next 2 days, take the lead, introduce yourself to others, and make new friends. The uniqueness of Alabama's chapters, advisors, and members makes Alabama FBLA strong. While members come from a variety of backgrounds and experiences, we share common interests and goals. This creates spirited competition, drive to perform at our best, and motivation to succeed. With all of us here together, we make an exciting, enthusiastic team of winners. Take advantage of the opportunity you have this week to meet people from all areas of the state and draw from their ideas to make your chapter stronger. Make meeting others who are interested in business your goal. You may see these people again as you continue your journey through college and enter into the world of business.
Hello, my name is Ansley Bottoms, your District 1 Vice President. I bring well wishes from Russellville, Alabama and Darktown High School, where the Watermelon Festival is good, the old Roxy Theater is better, and you can't beat Alabama football. Speaking of a winner, let me introduce to you my local advisor, Mr. Scott Vance.
Hello, my name is Amber Fenimore, your District 2 Vice President. I bring greetings from Northside High School in Northport, Alabama. We are located in Tuscaloosa County, home of the 17-time NCAA Football National Championship winners, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Speaking of champions, please give a warm welcome to my local chapter advisor, Miss LaDonna Beck.
Good evening, Birmingham. I'm Jake Jacobs, your District 3 Vice President. I bring greetings from Demopolis High School. Demopolis is the largest city in Marengo County and lies at the confluence of the Black Warrior River and the Tombigbee River. It sits atop a cliff known as the White Bluffs. Demopolis is home to many monumental antebellum homes and historical sites. Speaking of monumental, please help me welcome my local advisor, Miss Kelly Gandy.
Hello, I'm Kendall Williams, your Alabama FBLA District 4 Vice President. I bring warm greetings from Central High School, Phoenix City, home of the Red Devils, where we are positively Phoenix City. Speaking of positivity, please help me welcome my local advisor, Miss Alicia Cook, who has for the last 3 years been a positive role model, mentor, and friend.
Good evening, Alabama FBLA. Greetings from Birmingham, Alabama, where the Barons play baseball, UAB Blazers take pride in their green, yellow, and white, and Shays Valley High School, located in Irondale, Alabama, home of the Whistle Stop Cafe, famous for their fried green tomatoes and steam trains. I am Kennedy Jenkins, and I am proud to serve as your Alabama FBLA District 5 Vice President. In Birmingham, we throw down when it comes to food, and we take pride in achieving our dreams. Speaking of being able to achieve dreams, please help me welcome my advisor, Mr. Christopher Shaw, who has helped many achieve theirs.
Hello, Alabama. I am Autumn Minier, your District 6 Vice President. I come to you from Sardis High School in Sardis City, Alabama, home of the Lions. Sardis is a small town just outside of the metropolitan area of Gadsden. Please help me give a warm welcome to my wonderful chapter advisor, Mrs. Natalie Strickland.
Hello, Alabama FBLA. It is great to be in Birmingham, Alabama for the 2019 Alabama FBLA State Leadership Conference. I am Ibby Dixon, your Alabama FBLA State Secretary from Sylacauga High School, home of the Aggies. Sylacauga is known as the city with the world's purest marble and the delicious Bluebell ice cream. It is also home to one of the best people I've ever met. Please welcome my wonderful local advisor, Miss Pamela McTier.
Greetings, Alabama FBLA, from Talladega County, where cars race fast at the famous Talladega Superspeedway, and Lincoln High School, home of the Golden Bears. I am Jackson Smith, your Alabama FBLA State President. In Talladega County, we always bring home winners. Creating, leading, and inspiring is what we do. Whether it's a NASCAR race, Mount Cheehaw, the highest point in the state, or Honda Manufacturing. Speaking of creating, leading, and inspiring, please welcome my local chapter advisor, Miss Susan Evans.
Alabama FBLA, let's hear it for your state leadership team.
At this conference, we can truly continue to be the best by interacting with each other, participating in competitive events, listening to speakers, voting for the best qualified state officer candidate, and taking back new ideas to our local chapters. Over 2,100 members and advisors are registered for this conference. As individuals, we are proud to be a member of FBLA and a citizen of the United States of America. We should take every opportunity to honor both our organization and our country. Please stand and join me in honoring our country by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, and remain standing for the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As FBLA PBL members, we have the FBLA PBL Creed that we stand by as our motto. The FBLA PBL Creed talks about taking stands, making promises, and accepting responsibility. We all subscribe to the Creed when we join FBLA PBL. Let's listen again to these words and vow to live by them. Please remain seated as we recite the FBLA PBL Creed. The Creed is located inside your program. I believe education is the right of every person. I believe the future depends on mutual understanding and cooperation among business, industry, labor, religious, family, and educational institutions, as well as people around the world. I agree to do my utmost to bring about understanding and cooperation among all of these groups. I believe every person should prepare for a useful occupation and carry on that occupation in a manner that brings the greatest good to the greatest number. I believe every person should actively work towards improving social, political, community, and family life. I believe every person has the right to earn a living at a useful occupation. I believe every person should take responsibility for carrying out assigned tasks in a manner that brings credit to self, associates, school, and community. I believe I have the responsibility to work efficiently and to think clearly. I promise to use my abilities to make the world a better place for everyone.
We are pleased to have with us Mr. Tommy Glasscock, Assistant State Superintendent, Career and Technical Education, Workforce Development, Counseling, and Guidance. Mr. Glasscock will bring greetings from the Alabama State Department of Education. Please give Mr. Glasscock a warm Alabama FBLA welcome.
Well, good evening. On behalf of Dr. Eric Mackey, our State Superintendent of Education, the Alabama State Board of Education, I bring you greetings tonight. I'd like to take an opportunity just for a moment to recognize our state staff, along with your state advisor, Ms. Lisa Weeks. State staff, will you stand, please? through the hard work and dedication of this staff that we bring this conference and give you the opportunity to be here tonight. Secondly, I want to recognize your advisors. Your advisors are the ones who have worked fiercely to get you here, who've taken away from their family to be here, to give you the opportunity to compete. So let's give them a big round of applause. Advisors, will you stand, please? All I could think about when I walked in the room tonight was just wow, to see so many leaders, tomorrow's leaders. So I want to recognize you for a moment. As I did my research, I get this opportunity to speak to a lot of different groups, so I did some research on FBLA. And I tried to figure out in my mind what would encourage you to be a part of such a great organization. I looked at one of the things that said it creates community and business leaders, so you're truly the entrepreneurs of tomorrow. Many of you will start businesses that you compete with globally. Thought that was pretty impressive. Secondly, I found out that you have middle school, you have high school, and you also have PBL at the collegiate level. I thought that was pretty impressive. Maybe that's why you joined this great organization. But then thirdly, throughout my research, I found something that was amazing, is the fact that you're an organization that gives back. To know that you annually give over $100,000 to the March of Dimes, I think deserves a round of applause for you and about you. I would be remiss if I didn't leave you with a challenge tonight, and it's just simply this. Under our great governor of the state of Alabama, Ms. Kay Ivey, we as educators have been challenged to educate over 500,000 new job opportunities by the year 2025. I just want to tell you we have a lot of work ahead of us. But it's through your dedicated hard work, through your advisors, through people like our state staff who work closely with you, that we have the opportunity to meet that. So I encourage you to be the best of the best as you continue to lead. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Glasscock, for those encouraging remarks and for your support of Alabama Future Business Leaders of America. We are also pleased to have with us Ty Rickard, FBLA Southern Region Vice President from Rehoboth High School in Dothan, Alabama. Ty will bring greetings on behalf of the National FBLA Officer Team and the National FBLA PBL staff.
Greetings from the FBLA National Center, and welcome to the 2019 Alabama FBLA State Leadership Conference. It has been my absolute honor to serve as a national officer this year and represent the great state of Alabama. Each of you are truly the heartbeat of FBLA, and without your tireless efforts and your local chapters, this organization would not be possible. I'd like to take this time to commend each of you on your success this year. Our success has brought us to Birmingham to network and compete with the top students across Alabama. As I've had the opportunity to network with students across the Southern region the past few weeks, I couldn't be more excited to finish right here in my home state of Alabama. I owe all of my success to your relentless support. It was just 2 years ago today I sat where you are tonight as a member, eager to become more involved, and here I stand with the opportunity to serve almost 100,000 students across 12 states. I say this because where you are tonight is just the beginning of your journey. You possess no limits to where you stand just 2 years from now. Alabama, take this opportunity to mark the beginning of your leadership journey and meet new people over the next 24 hours. Because after all, we are the future business leaders of America. Thank you all so much, and without further ado, let the 2019 Alabama FBLA State Leadership Conference begin. Thank you.
Thank you, Ty. We look forward to supporting the National Officer Team and staff throughout the rest of the year. The FBLA PBL Administrative Board serves to support the FBLA PBL State Leadership Team and the state staff. These advisors are each responsible for coordinating one or more conference competitive events. They have spent countless hours working to make this conference a success. Let's meet the members and recognize them for their tireless work. Say hello to Debbie Andrus, retired from W.P. Davidson High School. And welcome Mr. Stephen Bird, retired from Geneva High School. Say hello to Vicki Crane from Saraland High School. Please welcome the advisor from Lincoln High School, Miss Susan Evans. Greet the advisor from Florence Middle School, Miss Jill Johnson. Please greet the PBL advisor from Southern Union State Community College, Miss Tyler Lay. Please greet the advisor from Rehoboth High School, Miss April Smith. Please greet the advisor from Ben C. Rain High School, Miss Latrinda Torrance Salter. Please welcome from W.P. David High School, Miss Millie Schenkel. Please welcome from Huntsville High School, Miss Patricia Woods.
Thank you, members of the Administrative Board, for your continued support and dedication. Alabama FBLA is very pleased this year to have continued our partnership with the March of Dimes. The March of Dimes mission is to improve health for babies by preventing birth defects, premature birth, and infant mortality. Alabama FBLA has helped carry out this mission through community service and education. Many of you brought banners tonight to hang, made donations to the March of Dimes, and will donate to our mission moment after this presentation. Your efforts at this conference alone raised more than $12,000. Let's take a look at the impact the March of Dimes has had on the premature life of a baby.
1938, the disease, commonly known as polio, blankets the nation, leaving parents and communities in fear.
You can lick infantile paralysis with the March of Dimes.
President Franklin Roosevelt declares war against polio, challenging his fellow citizens to rally together and send coins to the White House. The March of Dimes is born. Powered by grassroots support, Dr. Jonas Salk develops a vaccine proven to be safe, effective, and potent. Polio is all but wiped out in the United States. Emboldened by our victory over polio, March of Dimes sets our sights on tackling birth defects.
The March of Dimes for many years has been a most important program.
March of Dimes was critical in expanding newborn screening tests and worked closely with Dr. Virginia Apgar on education and birth defects prevention. In the 1980s, we funded development of surfactant therapy, a treatment used in helping premature babies survive. In the 1990s, we led efforts to increase folic acid consumption, which led to a dramatic reduction in birth defects. After decades of breakthroughs, we once again stepped up our efforts, this time to fight the problem of premature birth. As we approach our 80th anniversary, we are still transforming. Today, March of Dimes leads the fight for the health of all moms and babies. And we won't stop until every mom and every baby is healthy. We believe that every baby deserves the best possible start. Unfortunately, not all babies get one. We are changing that, from advocacy to education to research. We're working to level the playing field so that all mothers and babies have access to the tools they need. Because when a society supports every family, the future is brighter for all. And when communities come together, even the toughest problems can be solved. Join us.
Tonight, we are pleased to have Ms. Linda Gross from the Alabama chapter of March of Dimes here this evening to recognize local chapters for their support of the March of Dimes.
Hello. I am not Linda Gross. This is the wonderful Miss Linda Gross. I am Chris Brown. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing for you. I want to say hello and greetings on behalf of the entire March of Dimes Greater Alabama Market team. We're so excited to be here with you guys tonight. Now, the March of Dimes fights for the health of all moms and all babies. We're advocating for policies to protect moms and babies. We're working to radically improve the health care that they receive. We're pioneering research to find solutions. We're empowering families with the knowledge and the tools to have healthier pregnancies. By uniting communities, we're also building a brighter future for all of us. Our mission is crystal clear, and it's critical, and your support is vital. National Service Partners for over 40 years, FBLA PBL has raised over $15 million in support of the March of Dimes mission. But wait, there's more. Alabama FBLA alone has raised over $624,000 just since 2007. That's incredible, guys. Now, this year's no exception. Thanks to your amazing dedication, all of you guys, students, advisors, all joining in the fight for healthy moms and strong babies. We're thrilled and extremely grateful to announce the 2018-2019 Alabama FBLA total is, should I stall this a little bit?
Maybe just a little.
I know everybody's been asking today. So it's greater than $2. $89,975. Way to go. And congratulations to all of you. Together we are building a brighter future for all of us.
Hi, everybody. I'm so glad to be here tonight. I love coming every year. You wear me out, but it's in the best kind of way. $89,975. Let's hear it again for Alabama FBLA. Every year I'm just blown away. I would like to offer my sincere thanks and those from my colleagues in Alabama to the Alabama State student officers and state advisors for their leadership and commitment to raising funds and mission awareness this academic year. Your passion and dedication is unsurpassed, and it goes without saying, but Miss Lisa Weeks is the best. Before we hand out the chapter awards, and Chris loves the camera. So, he was like, oh, Linda, please let me be in the photos. Please let me be in. And I was like, well, okay. But before we get to those, I would like to recognize one very special student. In my lots of years working with FBLA, this is the first time that I have seen a student individually take the initiative to use our online fundraising site, marchforbabies.org. She knew that her FBLA chapter had a page, and she registered, and she took it upon herself to set a fundraising goal. And in a matter of literally days, she raised over $2,000. $2,000. I'm a little embarrassed to say she is still continuing to raise funds, even after I ordered the plaque, so I may have to get a new plaque. But she is now over $2,500, and I would like to present this special plaque to Miss Nikita Shadar from FBLA Auburn High School. Okay, who's ready for some chapter awards? All right. So you guys that have been here know we hand them out at the 500 club plaque level. So if you raise $500 or more, you get a plaque. $1,000 or more, you get a plaque. So we're going to start calling them out. This is our $500 plaque level. Please come as quickly as you can to the front, get your plaque. Get your photo made with Chris, because he's all about this. You can tell he polished it. You know what I'm saying? Anniston High School. And I'm going to keep them coming, so just come up and make sure you get the right plaque. Ben C. Rain High School. Enterprise High School. Don't be scared, come on up. It's really fun up here in the lights. All right, Eufaula High School. Fayetteville High School. Francis Marion High School. Gaston High School. I don't know if they're back there dancing or heading up front. All right, Geraldine High School. Hatton High School. Headland 9th Grade Academy. She's coming. All right, I like that enthusiasm. Huntsville High School. Lawrence County Career and Technology. Somebody's been shuffling the plaques. Middle Level Brubaker Middle School. Mountain Brook High School. Muscle Shoals Career Academy. Priceville High School. Rehoboth High School. Saraland Middle School. School of Discovery Genesis Center. Sipsey Valley High School. And our last $500 plaque, Tallahassee High School. I know some of you may actually be disappointed to not have your photo taken with me, so just see me afterwards and we'll make it happen. How about that? You grab that. If you will, keep those together now. And now we'll be handing out the plaques at the $1,000 level. First up, we have Dallas County High School. Now we have Davidson High School. We got some D's in the house. Demopolis High School. Madison County High School. Sweetwater High School. Sardis High School. Selma High School. And finally, at $1,000, Tarrant High School. Now we're going to move on to the 1500 club plaque level. And we have Colbert Heights High School. Northside High School. Opelika High School. Did I mention I live in Opelika? Shades Valley High School. $2,000 plaque level. Vestavia Hills High School. Thomasville High School. Saraland High School. That one snuck in. Oakman High School. Is there anyone else? All right, we will move on to the 3,000 plaque level. Jackson, you got fans. First on our 3,000 club plaque level is Auburn High School FBLA. Next we have Central High School, Phoenix City. So proud of you. Also, we have Central High Freshman Academy. I want to say hello to my advisors I love so much over there. Thank you guys, great job. All right, thank you so much. Now we have one $3,500 club plaque level. And that honor goes to Central High School, Tuscaloosa. Don't trip on those ribbons, dear. Beautiful. Now we have a $5,000 club plaque level, and that goes to Lincoln High School. Okay, we just have 2 final awards left, and I have to tell you, this was so close. This was so close. There was, I think, $263 between first place and second place this year. It was that close. But at let me say that again, at $7,000, Sylacauga High School FBLA. You guys, this is how you get to $89,000, each and every one of you who participated and raised money to fight for our mothers and our babies. You're all making it happen. And I'm pleased to award the top FBLA high school for the 2018-2019 year to Geneva High School. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors, students and advisors, we cannot do what we have done and what we plan to do without you. Thank you so much. You have our deepest, heartfelt, sincere thanks and gratitude. Let's do it again next year. Thank you.
Congratulations to all chapters receiving awards for your contributions to the March of Dimes. Please join us as we conduct a March of Dimes mission moment.
Take a moment with our state officer team to raise money for the March of Dimes. Who in here was a premature baby? Please stand. You or someone you know may have been helped by an amazing organization known as the March of Dimes. You may be seated. 9,360 babies are born prematurely each year in Alabama. 1,820 babies are born with a birth defect. Premature birth is the leading cause of infant death. 50% of those preterm births are for unknown reasons. Ring. Imagine a baby so small that this ring would slide over the hand and arm or the foot and leg of a 15-week premature baby. This is a dramatic example of how tiny a preemie really is. Premature baby diaper. This diaper is one that a premature baby would wear. It is too small for even a beanie baby. Try to imagine the size of a full-term baby diaper compared to this preemie diaper. The size difference will surprise you. Coffee stir. This exercise illustrates how difficult it is for a premature baby with underdeveloped lungs to breathe. Place the coffee stir in your mouth. Hold your nose and try to breathe only through the opening of the stir. Most folks will only be able to breathe this way for about 30 seconds, but imagine having to breathe this way for several months. Spoon. Imagine needing a blood transfusion and all of the blood you needed could fit into a teaspoon. That is the reality for premature babies. Lifesaver. Alabama FBLA PBL, thanks for being a lifesaver for babies. You can make a difference now. Join us in this quick moment to see what a difference that we can make. The officers will come to your area with the March of Dimes bucket, collecting money for our babies. We will take pennies to 20s. The funds collected tonight will be donated to the Alabama chapter of the March of Dimes and will count toward our annual goal of $70,000.
Is on the front lines of a war being waged by the March of Dimes, a war to fight premature birth and other infant health problems. Every year, more than 500,000 babies are born prematurely. More than 100,000 will suffer serious long-term consequences. 4,800 babies die.
I'll just tell you my own experience. I came to White Plains 12 years ago. We were taking care of approximately 150 sick or premature babies a year. We now take care of over 400. Right now in our intensive care unit, we have 6 babies that were born between 1.5 pounds and 2 pounds. 6 babies struggling. And that's just in one intensive care unit.
Today, the March of Dimes is doing something about this American tragedy, and we need your help.
What has been unique in my career is that I've actually been on the other side. And I've been a parent of a baby in a neonatal intensive care unit. We had 3 previous beautiful, healthy children. My wife went in for a routine checkup, and I get a page and my wife is crying on the phone. Something is very wrong. The baby is dying, and they told me I have to have an emergency C-section. We're going to have a baby at 26 weeks. And that day, that afternoon, this absolutely beautiful little man, weighing approximately 1 pound 7 ounces, was born. It was probably the single most overwhelming time of my life. You know, I tell people that God has given me 4 gifts. And my 4 gifts are Caitlin, Jesus, Samantha, and Francisco. But Francisco was the special gift from God because he was the gift that I wasn't supposed to have. But every day when my son smiles at me, and I know that he's there, it's because of what this organization was able to do.
For every story, like Francisco's, there are stories of children who are not so lucky. You can give hope for healthy babies. You can help fund research. You can help fund vital programs. You can make a difference. Help fight for healthy babies. Give every Francisco a chance.
Thanks to you, we made a difference.
Alabama FBLA is a strong state chapter because of the support we receive from many business leaders from across the state. The FBLA PBL Foundation, Board of Directors and Commerce and Information Technology Advisory Council are composed of business professionals and educators who are always available to help our state and local chapters. These individuals are available to speak at local chapter meetings, serve as judges, or conduct mock interviews. They understand FBLA PBL and are always willing to promote our business leadership programs in the community. This year, we are extremely proud of the work they have done to develop new partnerships across Alabama. We especially thank the advisory council members who are serving as judges during this conference.
The foundation provides funding for our first, second, third, and fourth place winners, as identified in the Chapter Management Handbook, to attend the national conference. It also provides funding for 6 scholarships, a $1,000 scholarship awarded to a member in each of the 6 FBLA districts. Scholarships will be presented at the general session in the morning. Let's thank these supporters for their commitment to FBLA PBL. Please join me in giving them an FBLA PBL round of applause.
Andrew Carnegie once said, "Teamwork is the ability to work together towards a common vision, the ability to direct individual accomplishments towards organizational objects. It is the fuel that allows common people to obtain uncommon results." Our organization is guided by our state staff. These individuals generously give of their time and talents to ensure that we develop the skills and opportunities to make an impact in the business world. Let's recognize our Commerce and Information Technology Education state staff, beginning with the Program Administrator, Dawn Morrison. Rochelle Seals, Education Specialist. Education Specialist and FBLA PBL State Advisor, Lisa Weeks. And Shalandra Tolliver, Administrative Assistant.
My year as an FBLA PBL state officer has been filled with experiences that have helped me mature personally and professionally. During this year, the state officer team represented Alabama FBLA to business professionals, civic leaders, and thousands of FBLA members across this country. It has been an awesome task with rewards far beyond our expectations. It has been a pleasure working with and learning from the leadership team. In a few moments, you will meet the candidates for state office. It takes a special courage, self-confidence, and dedication to seek local, district, or state office. You have to be prepared to work hard, stay organized, and give up personal time to accomplish the association's goals. Today, several Alabama FBLA members believe they have the skills needed to be members of our state leadership team. These leaders have made the commitment to give a year of service to the Alabama chapter. As you meet these candidates for District Vice President, secretary, and president, keep in mind that your chapter delegates will be electing these leaders to take part in developing state programs and to represent Alabama from coast to coast. Together, you and your chapter members should discuss each candidate's qualifications and let your chapter's delegates know who you want to represent Alabama next year. We hope that you visited the campaign booths, met the officer candidates, and discussed their qualifications and goals. From your chapter, 2 members will serve as state voting delegates and 2 different members will serve as district voting delegates. The state delegates will cast your chapter's vote for president and secretary at the state delegates meeting, while the district delegates cast your chapter's votes for your new district vice president during the district meetings. FBLA meetings will take place immediately following the second general session tomorrow morning. All voting delegates will sit in reserved seating during the second general session and will be dismissed by districts. Only voting delegates should attend the district meetings. All members may attend the state delegate meetings. Remember to bring a data-enabled device in order to vote. A quorum is required by the Alabama FBLA bylaws in order for a vote to take place. Please be sure that all voting delegates attend their respective district or state meeting.
Before we meet the candidates for president and secretary, let's meet those seeking the office of district vice president and their advisors in alphabetical order by school name. The following individuals want to be your District 1 Vice President. We have 2 candidates for the office of District 1 Vice President. Please welcome Caitlin Sparks from Colbert Heights High School and her advisor, Miss Shelley Ballard. Next, please welcome Maggie Jones from Jasper High School and her advisor, Miss Monique Lawrence. The following individual wants to be your District 2 Vice President. There is 1 candidate for the office of District 2 Vice President. Let's meet Sean Smith from Tuscaloosa Central High School and his advisor, Miss Rosalind Evans. The following individual wants to be your District 3 Vice President. Daly Carmichael from Ben C. Rain High School and her advisor, Miss Latrinda Torrance Salter. Let's meet the candidates for District 4 Vice President. There are 3 candidates for the office of District 4. First, let's meet Andarius Porter from Booker T. Washington Magnet High School and his advisor, Jamani Warren. Next, let's meet Blake Davis from Sampson High School and her advisor, Miss Stephanie Wright. Next, let's meet Jake Falk from Wicksburg High School and his advisor, Miss Savannah Roser. There are 2 candidates for the office of District 5 Vice President. Let's welcome Joanne Kim from Auburn High School and her advisor, Miss Audrey Marshall. Next, welcome Angela Sales from Lincoln High School and her advisor, Miss Susan Evans. There is 1 candidate for the office of District 6 Vice President. Let's meet Rebecca Ferguson from Huntsville High School and her advisor, Miss Patricia Woods. These candidates will present their campaign speeches during their district's meeting tomorrow morning.
We will now meet the candidates for Secretary and President and their advisors. We have 4 candidates for the office of State Secretary. Let's meet Nikitha Sreeder from Auburn High School and her advisor, Ms. Audrey Marshall. Next, meet Jakaya Carpenter from Central High School, Phoenix City, and her advisor, Ms. Alicia Cook. Let's meet Alyssa Betts from Franklin County Career and Technical Center and her advisor, Ms. Doris Holderby. Next, meet Teresa Trammell from Rehoboth High School and her advisor, Ms. April Smith. There's one candidate for the office of State President. Let's meet Ella Kate Brooks from Sylacauga High School and her advisor, Ms. Pamela McTeer. Each campaign manager will have 1 minute to introduce the candidate, and then 2 minutes will be allowed for the candidate's speech. The campaign speeches will be given in the order of Secretary and President and alphabetically by school within each office. Let's welcome the campaign manager for Nikitha Sreedhar, a candidate for Secretary.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Daniel Lee, and I would like to nominate Nikitha Sreedhar for the Alabama FBLA State Secretary position. Nikitha is a very intelligent and a kind individual who never fails to achieve her goals. She is currently the president of my school's Toastmasters Club, chairperson for the March of Dimes program, helping individually to raise over $2,500 this year. She's also the vice president of my school's Tri-M Club, and the state secretary for the Alabama Junior Academy of Science. Nikitha has been in FBLA for over 3 years and served as the vice president of my school last year. Her years of experience show that she is extremely dedicated and organized. Reach for the stars with Nikitha Sreedhar and vote her for your state secretary. Thank you.
Good evening, Alabama FBLA. My name is Nikitha Sreedhar, and I'm from Auburn High School. I am very passionate about FBLA and wish to give back to an organization that's helped me develop so many skills. I have been in FBLA for 3 years and have served in positions such as 9th grade representative and vice president. Currently, I serve in my local chapter as the March of Dimes chairperson. FBLA has provided me the unique opportunity to attend various leadership conferences, such as JLDC and NLC. Through experience in FBLA, science fairs, band, and golf, I have taken away 3 key words that I believe are necessary to a good leader. The first, I'd like to call these the 3 C's. The first C is communication. This past year, I founded a Toastmasters Speechcraft program through a grant at my high school. This encourages public speaking and communication that has helped our members grow their oratory skills. These skills would also help me serve well as a secretary whose job entails communication between various parties. The second C stands for collaboration. As a secretary, it is important to listen to others around you when getting feedback on decisions. I would like to get feedback from you, the Alabama FBLA members, when implementing new initiatives and modifying old ones. The final C is creativity. As a chairperson of March of Dimes at my local chapter, it was essential to use creativity for fundraising. Nowadays, there are so many causes to donate to, so creativity is necessary for your cause to stand out. Similarly, I would like to implement creative ideas to help strengthen Alabama FBLA at the local, state, and national levels. I hope you will give me a chance to create, lead, and inspire as an Alabama FBLA State Secretary through these 3 C's. Reach for the stars with Nikita Sridhar and vote me for your Alabama FBLA State Secretary. Thank you.
Next, welcome the campaign manager for Ja'Kiah Carpenter, candidate for secretary.
When there was a need for the light bulb, there was Thomas Edison. When there was a need for modernized transportation, there was Henry Ford. And since there's a need for change, innovation, and a difference, there is my sister, my friend, my colleague, Ja'Kiah Carpenter. Good evening. My name is Jamori Gaucher, and I am honored to have this proud, prominent, and prestigious privilege of presenting to some and introducing to others my friend, Ja'Kiah Carpenter. So open your ears and lend your minds as she conveys lofty and laudable language to ensure that we leave a legacy of leadership. So Alabama FBLA, I want you to do me the favor of standing up on your feet and welcoming my friend, Ja'Kiah Carpenter.
Successful. Raise your hand if you want to be successful. Everyone in our generation wants to be successful. Many people often ask, what does it take to become a successful business leader? Michelle Obama once said, just try new things, don't be afraid, step out of your comfort zones, and soar. Well, tonight, I am on this stage, standing in front of thousands of people, stepping outside of my comfort zone, because I want to be successful. Success can be defined in many ways. Many people may consider success being wealthy or famous. I feel success means making an impact in a community or in someone's life. Success isn't measured by money or notoriety. Success can be described as being humble and changing the world in an optimistic way. That's why I feel Future Business Leaders of America is an imperative organization, because it can create the next business leaders of our generation. It would be an honor to represent Alabama as State Secretary Treasurer. Not only do I want to be successful, but I want you all in this organization to be successful with the help of me serving on the state officer team for the 2019-2020 term. So do me a favor and do yourselves a favor by voting Ja'Kiah Carpenter as your State Secretary Treasurer.
Now welcome the campaign manager for Alyssa Betts, candidate for State Secretary.
Good evening. My name is Dylan Borden, and I am a senior from the Franklin County Career Technical Center. I would like to nominate Alyssa Betts for our Alabama FBLA State Secretary. She has shown great leadership in our chapter and holds an office as reporter. Her ability to lead our state chapter in this position has been shown in every meeting and chapter service project that she has been involved with. Alyssa has given 100% of her time and effort this year to be just that, a great leader. You should have seen her on our field trip to the Tennessee Titans Learning Lab. She came home with more gifts and t-shirts than any other student. You know why? Because Alyssa is not afraid to step up and ask questions and be involved. So, vote Alyssa Betts for your 2019-2020 FBLA State Secretary. And I don't know about you, but my bets are on Alyssa.
I'm Alyssa Betts from the Franklin County Career Technical Center, and I would like to be your 2019-2020 FBLA State Secretary. I believe that I'm a good leader as well as good at teamwork. I'm honest and straightforward as well as good at motivating myself and others. If I have the privilege of being your state secretary, I will promote both communication and trips to businesses, as I believe it will help the success and growth of each and every chapter. I know being state secretary will be an amazing experience, especially with those who are running this year. I owe being in this position right here, right now, to our District 1 Vice President for inspiring me. Thank you for your presentation at our state chapter. I wouldn't be here without it. And lastly, I know you probably don't want to, but you should vote because you have a great influence and it could prevent a stalemate, which is stressful for everyone. So please, vote Alyssa Betts as your state secretary.
Next, welcome the campaign manager for Teresa Trammell, candidate for secretary.
Good evening. My name is Gracie Webb from Rehoboth High School. I'm here to nominate Teresa Trammell as your FBLA State Secretary. I believe Teresa is a good candidate for this position because she is smart, organized, diligent, hardworking, and determined. Teresa is currently our chapter president at Rehoboth High School. FBLA has taught her how to lead, inspire, and create in our current chapter. So give her a vote. Vote Teresa T for your FBLA State Secretary.
Hello, my name is Teresa Trammell, and I'm running for your 2019-2020 State Secretary. I'm a junior at Rehoboth High School, and for 3 years now, I have been an active member in FBLA. The past 3 years, I have held local officer positions such as secretary, treasurer, and currently hold the position of our local chapter president. These positions have taught me to get involved, work with others, and turn my plans into results. My goal this year is to create and coordinate a plan of action, lead in the right direction, and inspire others to come together as a team. So why should you elect me and let me serve as your state secretary? You need someone who's enthusiastic, responsible, trustworthy, and someone who will go above and beyond for the future of our organization. If you elect me, I'm willing to lead and learn. You need an officer who will listen and work with the team as a team. As secretary, I will have clear, friendly, but professional communication skills, time management, and a team effort. Future Business Leaders of America has taught me more than just to be a leader, but to come together as a team for one purpose. If I, Teresa Trammell, am elected your 2019-2020 State Secretary, I promise to create, lead, and inspire to the best of my ability. Vote me, Teresa T, to allow Alabama FBLA to fit to a T.
Next, we will hear from the campaign manager for the candidate for president. Let's welcome the campaign manager for Ella Kate Brooks.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. FBLA is something I hold very dear, but before I introduce, I want you to know, I was just like you a year ago. Sitting in the audience with my mind running laps, I was just trying to hit up the snap, maybe take a nap, probably just wake up to clap. Because I really didn't care about the speaker, but listen, you're gonna freak or scream when I tell you about the next candidate running for the presidential position. Someone with the happiest disposition, someone with so much ambition and no inhibition. Someone who will calm your frustration through their infiltration. Someone worthy of admiration. Someone with no toleration for alienation, segregation, exasperation, or condemnation. I would keep going, but I don't have enough time in my oration to tell all the amazing things about Ella Kate. I just know this state would be great if everyone grew to appreciate Miss Brooks as much as me. It looks like my time is finished. But don't let the importance of this be diminished. Allow the sun to rise on a promising tomorrow. Let her set a precedent for your new FBLA state president. Ella Kate Brooks, everyone.
Thank you, Landon. It is sometimes effortless in so many aspects of life to feel as though you are too insignificant to have an impact. You might feel as though no matter how loud you scream and shout, your voice will not be heard. I joined FBLA as a shy and timid freshman, disillusioned with the thought that no matter how diligently I worked, my voice was not important enough to initiate change. This was just one short year ago. Today, I stand before you as a hopeful candidate for your Alabama FBLA state president. Future Business Leaders of America sparked a passion within me to better myself, my school, and my community, thus helping me to find my voice. Through becoming confident in my abilities as a leader, I was able to understand that no matter your circumstances, your voice is significant. As your president, it would be my greatest honor to be your voice. The voice for those that feel as though they do not have one or that theirs is not important. Today, Alabama FBLA is a day that we stop questioning our abilities, stop doubting our goals, and stop underestimating the power of our voices. It will be of my utmost importance to initiate this conversation statewide, to create interactions spanning throughout the state, lead towards community awareness, and inspire increases in membership. To unite the voices of this group of competent, aggressive business leaders into one unified and cohesive force. A vote for me is a vote for your voice, a vote for the success of Alabama FBLA. Thank you for your time, and don't forget to elevate with Ella Kate.
Good luck to all of this year's candidates. As young adults, we need to take advantage of opportunities available to us. Being a state officer is a life-changing experience. If you are a freshman or sophomore, I strongly suggest that you consider preparing now to become a 2020-2021 state officer candidate.
Like our theme, this year's State Blueprint for Success is titled FBLA Create, Lead, Inspire. The state officers challenged each chapter to participate in this year's blueprint. Congratulations to those of you who participated in this event. To those chapters that did not participate, I challenge you to add the blueprint to your program of work next year. The blueprint is designed to help make your chapter become more active and to focus on the goals of FBLA. The FBLA Create, Lead, Inspire blueprint was accomplished by completing 1 to 3 levels and relating your chapter's activities to the goals of FBLA. We are honored to provide reserved seating in the front of the ballroom for those chapters achieving the outstanding level. And now let's meet those chapters who reached the outstanding level. Would a member from the following chapters please come to the front of the stage to receive your award? District 1, Athens High School. Colbert Heights High School. Lawrence County Center of Technology. Muscle Shoals Career Academy. Priceville High School. District 2, Central High School, Tuscaloosa. Francis Marion High School. Mountain Brook High School. Northside High School, Sipsey Valley High School, Tarrant High School, Vestavia Hills High School, District 3, Ben C. Rain High School, Demopolis High School, R.B. Hudson Middle School, Saraland High School, Saraland Middle School, School of Discovery Genesis Center, Selma High School, District 4, Ayrton High School, Central Freshman Academy, Central High School, Phoenix City, G.W. Long High School, Rehoboth High School, District 5, Childersburg High School, Childersburg Middle School, Lincoln High School, Pelham Park Middle School, Pinson Valley High School, Shades Valley High School, Sylacauga High School, District 6, Asbury High School, Durand North Middle School, Huntsville High School, Sardis High School.
The 2018-2019 State Leadership Team selected a State Leadership Council made up of local chapter members from across the state. The Leadership Council was developed to bridge the gap between local chapters and the State Leadership Team. They conducted activities throughout the year to promote our organization via social media and email. At this time, we would like to recognize each council member present at this conference. Please come quickly to the stage as your name is called. District 1, Caitlin Sparks, Colbert Heights High School. District 2, Jackson Olmsted, Northside High School. District 3, Abby Hathcock, Demopolis High School. District 4, Whit Woods, Rehoboth High School. District 5, Jayla Duncan, Childersburg High School. District 6, Jennifer McCain, Gaston High School. Thank you for your service throughout the year. Advisors, we encourage you to nominate your students to be a member of next year's council.
In 1970, there were 50 active chapters in Alabama with 1,498 members. We surely have grown. Today in Alabama, there are 58 middle-level chapters, 249 high school level chapters, and 14 active college chapters. FBLA PBL membership is now more than 12,000. We also have 307 professional division members. Those of us attending this conference know that FBLA is not only pulsating with people and ideas, but it also provides essential information for students and advisors. The programs of this organization benefit not only individual students preparing for careers, but also the Commerce and Information Technology Education Department and entire institution at which a chapter is active. I challenge each of you to help Alabama's FBLA membership climb to the top next year.
The national membership deadline is March 1st of each year. Membership dues must be received in the national office by March 1st in order to be eligible for membership awards and compete at the National Leadership Conference. Many chapters are working hard to keep membership at the top. This year, we recognize the largest two high and middle school chapters from each district that are attendance in this conference. When your school's name is called, please send a representative to the stage to receive your award and remain on the stage until the final winner has been announced. Would a representative from the following schools please come to the stage? Brooks High School, Bush Middle School, Central High School Tuscaloosa, Chelsea High School, Childersburg Middle School, Corner Middle School, Demopolis High School, Deschler Middle School, Fayette Middle School, Florence Middle School, Fort Payne High School, Geneva High School, Highland Homeschool Middle Level, Mary G. Montgomery High School, Mountain Brook High School, O.D. Durand Junior High School, Oxford High School, Russellville Senior High School, Saraland Middle School, School of Discovery Genesis Center, Shades Valley High School, South Girard Junior High School, Wicksburg High School. The largest chapter for each district are District 1 Middle School. Second place, Deschler Middle School with 37 members. First place, Florence Middle School with 97 members. District 1 High School. Second place, Brooks High School with 117 members. First place, Russellville Senior High School with 124 members. District 2 Middle School. Second place, Bush Middle School with 17 members. First place, Fayette Middle School with 40 members. District 2 High School. Second place, Mountain Brook High School with 138 members. First place, Central High School Tuscaloosa with 140 members. District 3 Middle School. Second place, School of Discovery Genesis Center with 37 members. First place, Saraland Middle School with 79 members. District 3 High School. Second place, Mary G. Montgomery High School with 93 members. First place, Demopolis High School with 113 members. District 4 Middle School. There is a tie for first place. First place, Highland Homeschool Middle Level with 19 members, and South Girard Junior High School with 19 members. District 4 High School. Second place, Wicksburg High School with 80 members. First place, Geneva High School with 84 members. District 5 Middle School. Second place, Corner Middle School with 43 members. First place, Childersburg Middle School with 82 members. District 5 High School. Second place, Chelsea High School with 190 members. First place, Shades Valley High School with 221 members. District 6 Middle School. First place, O.D. Durand Junior High School with 23 members. District 6 High School. Second place, Oxford High School with 112 members. First place, Fort Payne High School with 116 members. The largest chapter in the state of Alabama is Shades Valley High School with 221 members.
FBLA offers many ways for members to receive recognition. Through Membership Madness and Membership Mania, members recruit new members into their local chapter. This year, we had 94 Alabama members recognized for Membership Madness. The members recruited at least 5 new members and submitted the official form to the national office by April 1st. This year, we recognized 31 members for Membership Mania. These members recruited at least 10 new members and submitted the official form to the national office by April 1st. These students received ribbons in their conference registration packet.
The Business Achievement Awards are an aggressive, self-directed, result-based business and leadership program designed to complement academics while accelerating a student's leadership skills. The awards focus on the words surrounding the FBLA crest: service, education, and progress. There is a heavy emphasis on education with integrated classroom projects. The individual recognition is a 4-tier program aligned with the FBLA PBL goals, NBEA standards, and career clusters. The individual program has a March 1st deadline. The BAA has 4 distinct award levels: Future, Business, Leader, and America. We are very proud to have 281 Alabama FBLA high school members participate in the Business Achievement Awards this year. These students receive ribbons in their conference registration packet. 21 members have completed 3 levels of the Business Achievement Awards. As your name is called, please join me on stage to receive your leader pin. Hannah Stanfield from Colbert Heights High School. Elise Dunklin from Demopolis High School. Brianna Braxton from Demopolis High School. Devin Daniels from Demopolis High School. Jake Jacobs from Demopolis High School. Mary Kay Kish from Demopolis High School. Michael Osmer from Demopolis High School. Virginia Malone from Demopolis High School. Allison Lynn from Lincoln High School. Angela Sales from Lincoln High School. Amber Fenimore from Northside High School. Jackson Olmstead from Northside High School. Deonta Bush from Pell City High School. Blake Hanby from Spanish Fort High School. Connor Hare from Spanish Fort High School. Kylie Skizniks from Spanish Fort High School. Gabrielle Blue from Vestavia Hills High School. Mei Jing Soon from Vestavia Hills High School. Melissa Hall from Vestavia Hills High School. Congratulations.
The Middle Level Achievement Program is designed to reward those FBLA middle level members who excel in their participation in a variety of activities in the areas of service, education, and leadership. LEAD has three distinct award levels: bronze, silver, and gold. We had a number of members participate in the LEAD Awards program. They received ribbons in their registration. We had 37 middle level members complete the bronze level of the LEAD program. Congratulations.
Our theme this year is FBLA, Create, Lead, Inspire. So as we began the search for just the right keynote speaker, we were looking for a person who is creative, inspiring, and is a leader. When we found Byron Garrett, we knew that we had found the right person. One of the most compelling voices of our time, Byron V. Garrett is chairman of the National Family Engagement Alliance, NFEA, a nonprofit dedicated to transforming education through meaningful family engagement. Byron serves as the Director of Educational Leadership and Policy for Microsoft and is a consulting author for Scholastic. Throughout his career, he has began a visionary agent of change, promoting the idea that everyone has an obligation and opportunity to serve the best interests of our nation's most precious resources, children. Byron is a HuffPost blogger and former columnist for Parenting, where he wrote Parent University monthly and served their editorial advisory board. Please welcome Mr. Byron Garrett.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Speaker for Life, ladies and gentlemen, Byron V. Garrett. Author of the highly popular book, ABCs of Life, Byron has released his first illustrated children's book, There's Greatness on the Inside. In 2017, Scholastic Inc. released the Byron Garrett Social Emotional Learning Collection. He's worked with Fantasia, Tashina Arnold, CeCe Peniston, President Clinton, and P. Diddy. He served on boards including MyQVO, Boys and Girls Harbor, and the Guyana Foundation. Byron has been featured in publications such as The Wall Street Journal, Ebony, USA Today, and Jet Magazine. He's the education blogger for the Huffington Post. He's even made appearances on MSNBC, Fox, the TEDx Stage, Dr. Phil, and the Today Show. As a national leader on education, he's served as an advisor to elected officials, federal agencies, the Office of the First Lady, and the White House. He's produced major events like Education Nation for NBC News. He's the visionary and chief creative officer of the Valdisio Collection, a luxury brand of apparel, fragrances, and watches, and is now one of America's leading education advocates as chairman of the National Family Engagement Alliance. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most compelling voices of our time, please welcome Speaker for Life, Mr. Byron V. Garrett.
Well, good evening. Good evening. Oh, come on, you got to do better than that. Good evening. All right, that sounds like we're in the right place at the right time. It is certainly good to see, if I could, each and every one of your smiling faces, parcels and spaces, dentures and braces on a night like tonight. Do me a huge favor. For every single chapter and person that was represented on this stage tonight, give them a huge hand for all they've done and what they're continuing to do. So tonight we've got a couple things we need to talk about as we move forward, and you've got a great event planned tonight as well. Do me another favor, if you will. Give yourselves a huge hand for what an amazing job you did raising money for March of Dimes. What an absolutely stellar cause. So tonight, I've got this task, and I'm going to talk about this very important notion called Wired for Greatness. How many folks attended the Moguls in the Making workshop with me earlier today? Show of hands. All right, make some noise if you learned a couple things. Yeah? If you didn't meet those folks earlier, make sure you find them tonight. They can give you some strategies on how to take your idea from a $10,000 idea to a $1 million idea. We talked about how you make some money. I mean, you all are future business leaders of America, not future business losers. Is that right? I mean, I'm just saying, I want to make sure I'm in the right place. I got to check myself. Are you the right person? Are y'all the right folks? I mean, you've got friends, colleagues, cats, dogs, and other people at home that didn't understand why you needed to come here, but you came saying, I plan on winning a state competition because I'm going to go to nationals and win that too. I mean, is that who you are? Yeah. So tonight I start everything in the same place. I always start with this great image of my family. I try to tell folks that I grew up with this great family and this great household and this environment, and it's absolutely hysterical to me on any given day because I have 2 older brothers that I call Dumb and Dumberer. Right? They did everything you should not do to a sibling. I've been in a washing machine and a dryer. I have a sheet attached to my back thinking I'm Superman and jumped off a roof thinking I could fly, only to find out that I had human limitations. And I am so glad that my body caught up with the size of my ears so that I look consistent now as opposed to looking like I was just a bobblehead. I'm just saying, I went through all of those changes with my siblings. But the reality is, I recognize, realize, and understand one very simple premise. And that's the notion that if the mind can conceive it and the heart can believe it, then the hands can achieve it because it all begins in the mind. Say this with me. Say, if the mind can conceive it and the heart can believe it, then the hands can achieve it because it all begins in the mind. You see, every single day that you wake up, you get to make a decision before your feet hit the floor. I told folks earlier today, you decide whether you're going to be successful or whether you're going to fail every day. You make that decision before you even roll out of the bed and reach over and grab your phone and your device. You know, sometimes you don't need to reach for it so quickly because all them tweets and text messages and snaps that you got throughout the night, some of it you don't need to ruin your day so early. I'm just saying. Like there are some people I have on block. I don't need to get anything from you before noon because anything that you send me is going to be garbage and I'm going to keep it right where it is. I'm just saying. And as a leader in life, you've got to understand how do you separate where you are from where everybody else is. Does that make sense? You do know that everybody can't go where you're going. Look around the room. Some of your friends ain't sitting here. They couldn't make it to Birmingham. Either they didn't want to make the commitment, they didn't want to raise the money, they didn't want to miss class, they didn't want to wear the blazer, they didn't want to put on a uniform. Whatever it was, they could not occupy the same space that you do. And you know why that's an amazing thing? Because leadership is not for everybody. Now, folks get frustrated when I say that. Teachers are like, but everybody has potentials. They do. Everybody does have potential. It doesn't mean they're going to achieve their full potential. Some people choose not to. It is a conscious decision you make every single day that the sun rises and every single day that the sun sets. Now, I have no idea what you plan on doing long term. I really don't. I don't know whether you plan on running some multinational corporation with offices located around the world. I don't know if you're going to be the person that's on some private jet sitting back chilling. I have no idea. Maybe you're going to have a brand new TV studio. Maybe you're going to be the person that becomes the governor of this great state. Maybe you're going to be the superintendent for your school district. I don't know. What I do know is that you have an opportunity to make a conscious decision to do something different, and when you do, your life will begin to change. I have this simple philosophy I tell people that don't like negativity. I don't deal with it. You know, one of the candidate speeches reference, I talk about Mary J. Blige all the time. Hateration, holleration in this dancery. I don't know what those words mean. I think Mary just put all of them together, but it sounded good and it had a good beat. But the reality is, hateration is real. I met somebody one day, they said, you actually love haters? I was like, yeah, I do. I love everybody. Because I know that everybody ain't going in the same direction that I'm headed in. But I will tell you what. I recognize, realize, and understand what Byron Valdesio Garrett needs to do on any given day. And you've got a great group of folks who are sitting next to you. Some of them spent money out of their pocket and out of their pocketbook already to help you get here. Those are called your advisors. Some of them see potential in you that you don't even see in yourselves. Give them a huge hand tonight. So, I was going to do this big old fancy long-winded PowerPoint, but I got a couple things that I want to share. And let me tell you that in life, you will encounter negative people. And part of my job is to help influence and inspire and encourage you to realize what happens when you hit a wall, because you will hit one. What happens when you stumble and fall, because you will fall at some point in time. And I will tell you in life that you will also encounter people who are not so nice in their way of telling you what they think about your success or lack thereof. They could be friends and family members. They could be disguised as bays, boos, and woes. They could be your boys. They could be your girls. They could be your educators in some cases. But I will tell you, I have a simple philosophy. It's called whoop, shut it down. You don't like the clothes I have on today unless you can take me shopping and buy me a brand new shirt. Your opinion does not matter. Whoop, shut it down. You don't like the jeans I have on today unless you can buy me some Trues for $2.98. Your opinion does not matter. Whoop, shut it down. You don't like the sneakers that I have on today unless you can buy me some red bottoms like Nene Leakes. Your opinion does not matter. Whoop, shut it down. I'm just saying. You don't like the school that I go to because I go to a career academy and you go to the regular school, then that's your opinion. Whoop, shut it down. You don't like that I'm in the FBLA, boo, that's your problem. Whoop, shut it. I'm just saying. I walk around. I don't say that out loud when I encounter people and I meet them in different locations. Sometimes I just do emotion. People think I'm doing sign language. I'm not. It's just my own activity. It's like I have an individual remote, like I need to mute you because I don't want to be involved with whatever it is you're spewing because it's not on the same page. It's going to influence my psyche in a negative direction. And I'll be in business conversations with friends, and I want to tell you this, be very, very careful. Everybody who says that they're your friend is not your friend. And everybody who say they're praying for you may not be praying for you. They may be praying against you. I'm just saying, that's a reality. So on this evening and tonight, as you network with these 2,000 plus students from across the state, these are leaders that you need to know right now. Don't come try to be my friend 3 years from now when you see that my vision and my idea is going somewhere. Why were you not there in the beginning? Just like when I went on my first date, I pushed up on my bicycle. Jessica, you ready to go? And she came outside. Where's the car? Boo, we're going to the movies on the bike. I got this nice basket out front. You can sit in the basket, or I can sit in the basket, and you can push and pedal me, whichever one works for you. Guess how that date ended? It didn't. And she was like, well, when you get access to some transportation that's more reliable than a bicycle, then you come see me. Call me. I didn't ever call, visit, or text again. I'm good on that. That means I can go to the movies. I can get the extra large popcorn by myself because I don't have to give you a ticket, and I can get me an extra large Slurpee and get a free refill. I'm good. And I don't have to worry if you're going to lick your fingers and put your hand back in the bucket, so I'm good on that. But the reality is everybody can't go exactly where you're going, and some of the people that you meet, they don't even understand the perspective that you have. They don't know that you have a business inside of you that's on its way out. They don't know that you might be the next Jeff Bezos. Who knows? Like I would have never thought. I was telling students in the workshop, Jeff Bezos in 1998 was pushing a shopping cart through neighborhoods selling encyclopedias and books. And his wife at the time said, I think we need to figure out how to do this online. And people said, you're crazy. Ain't nobody going to buy a book on the line. They can't read it. Why would they go to the computer and go to the internet and buy it? And now bookstores don't even exist the same way they did. He's put an entire industry out of business. And now you can go to Amazon.com and instead of buying books, you can buy shoes and shirts and underwear and cologne and cars. You can buy almost anything that you want to purchase online. Let me fast forward and tell you the value of 20 years, because I know many of you think, oh my God, that just seems like so long. I'm not even 20 yet. So he started the company in 1999. It's 2019. He has amassed a personal net worth of $160 billion in 20 years. Now, he is going to get divorced, so then he'll end up with $80 billion, and his wife will have $80 billion. They'll still rank in the top 10. They'll occupy the exact same spot on the Forbes richest list for folks in the world. I want you to think about that, because people try to say, well, we got to wait till we're adults. I've got to wait till I get this master's degree to get things going. If you have an idea, you can make that happen right now. I was just reading a story. There's a movie going to come out tomorrow called Little, L-I-T-T-L-E. If anybody watches a show called Blackish, Marseille Martin, who stars on the show Blackish, is the executive producer of Little. When the film comes out, she will be the youngest executive producer in the history of this country for a film. She's 14 years old, and her production officer sits on the lot of Universal Studios. You don't have to wait. And I don't know if you keep up with the Kardashians. I don't. I know who they are, though. Kylie and Khloe and Kim and Courtney and Kendall. Well, 2 of them are genders and 3 of them are Kardashians, but at the end of the day, it's all the same. They related. And do you realize what Kylie has done in 3 years? Her sisters have been on TV for 10. Kylie, in 3 years with her cosmetics company, has created more net worth and value in 3 years than they have combined in 10. She's not the oldest. She's the youngest. And people look for examples to say, why do I need to wait for tomorrow? You don't have to wait. Hear me carefully. You have to be willing to do today what other people won't do to have tomorrow what others never will. That's why you're sitting here right now. You recognize the value of being in this location and this particular organization so that you can get your spot at state and national. You did. Some of your friends didn't understand the same value. They were not willing to do what you're doing right now to get to where it is that you're going, and when you get there, they will not be there, which is my other great point for you. Everybody stand up where you are. If you're physically able, stand up. If you can turn house lights on a little bit, that would be great. I want to make sure you have a little bit of room. Listen very carefully. If you have 2 feet attached to 2 legs and you're physically able to stand, not only are you blessed, but you can participate. It's really simple. With both of your feet shoulder width apart, repeat after me, I am standing in the present. Now I want you to look over your right shoulder and say, that is the past. And look to the front and say, that is the future. Now, unless you are a superhero from Marvel, perhaps you are. If you are, let us know so we can figure out how to get you on a TV and profit off of your skill set. But in most cases, we have human limitations, which means you have 2 feet that right now are in the present. Every now and then, I meet people who want to take 1 foot and put it behind them as if they're in a standing position, almost like you're going to take a lunge. And that person who puts 1 foot behind them spends much of their time looking back at the past, focused on the present, but has nothing to step forward into the future. Does that make sense? But when you take your foot and bring it to the present and move 1 foot to the forward, forgetting the past, there you have everything possible to focus on the present and make sure you're determined to get to where it is you need to be in the future. I tell folks, every single time you take your eyes off the future and look at your past, you're taking time away from where it is you want to get to. Does that make sense? You cannot occupy 3 spaces at the same time. It is physically impossible for your body to be in the past, the present, and the future at the same time. You got to make a choice. You have to make the decision whether or not you're going to be back here, stuck here, or moving forward in this direction. And people they're like, I don't understand. I mean, you act as if I've got to always be moving forward. Yes, and as long as I have air in my lungs and blood in my veins and I can see another day, my favorite speaker, Les Brown, one of my mentors, said, as long as I can fall down and look up, then I can get up and start a brand new day. Go ahead and take your seat. So, there are a couple other examples I'm going to give you of young people who are doing amazing things. I don't know if you watch bloggers or anything like that. Anybody know who Ryan's toy blog, Ryan's Toy Review is? Anybody know how old Ryan is? Ryan is 7. Anybody know who earned the most money on YouTube last year in the world? Ryan, who is a 7-year-old. And if you don't know what Ryan does, Ryan's sole blog is a video blog. He posts videos every single day about him opening up different toys. Sometimes it may be 30 seconds if the toy is no good. Sometimes it could be 3 to 5 minutes and he's explaining how he's going to play with it. Would you believe me if I told you at the age of 7 in 2018, Ryan made $22 million playing with toys? In 2017, Ryan made $18 million at the age of 6 playing with toys. People are going to try to tell you that your idea is crazy, that what it is you want to do is not possible. And I'm going to tell you that I meet people who defy expectations and the odds every single day. It's only impossible because no one has done it yet. Going to college and getting your degree, I don't care if your parents didn't go, your aunts and uncles, cousins, I don't care if they told you it was not possible. They probably said it wasn't possible for you to stay at a hotel in Birmingham, but guess what, boo, you here. My aunts told me it wasn't possible for me to go to Europe. I've been to Europe more times than I can count. I've had to trade in 3 different passports. And I've been to countries that I didn't even know where they were. If you told me to find it on the globe, I can be honest and say, I don't know where that is, but I'm going to go. I'm from North Carolina originally. What are we going to do, go to Myrtle Beach every single year? I did that for 13 years, from age 5 to age 18. If I never go to Myrtle Beach again, I'm good. But let me go vacation somewhere that we don't even know where it is. I heard about the pyramids of Egypt. Let me see if I can touch them and see if they're real. How about that? They say the Eiffel Tower twinkles at night. I want to see if it twinkles at night, and I want to see how it looks when the sun is shining during the day. I want to do both. It is not an either or. It's a yes and. So you get to decide what the future looks like for you. Nobody else. My 7th grade English teacher was one of the most defining figures in my educational journey. It was my very first day of school. Brand new student, brand new school. I'm looking fly, kind of like I am tonight because it's an important day. I got to make a good impression. I walk in. I do what I'm taught to do. I walk into the classroom. Legs shoulder width apart. I extend my right hand. I look at her dead in the eye. Hello, Mrs. Deaton. My name is Byron Garrett. I'm a new student here, and I'm excited to be in your honors English class. Mrs. Deaton pulled those glasses to the edge of her nose. She looked down over them. She had no paper, no file folder. Sir, you are in the wrong location. I paused for a moment, and I said, And then I remembered all of my home training. What would my parents say right now? What did Miss Connie Martin in 4th grade tell me? What did Miss Candace Hayes in 5th grade tell me? What did Miss Barbara Twitty in 6th grade tell me? And I heard them sitting right here on my shoulder. They said, if you're in the right place at the right time, offer an apology first, and then ask the person if they can help you find the solution. So I said, Mrs. Deaton, it's my first day. Perhaps I am in the wrong location, and I thought I was to be in your class, but it could be a mistake on my part. But I came to where the office sent me. Perhaps the office has made a mistake. Is it possible for you, as the educator, to clarify where it is I need to be? Because the bell is already rung, and I don't want to get in trouble or get lost. Now, we're on the main floor of the building, and I wasn't going to get lost, but I also wasn't moving from where I knew that I was supposed to be. There are many things you can think, but it should never leave your lips. And so I looked at Mrs. Deaton and put my hands down. Is that possible, Mrs. Deaton? I changed my tone. Do you think you could check on that? And she pushed her glasses back up, and you heard the whole class at the same time go, And then Mrs. Deaton walked from behind the desk, and you heard them heels. It was one of them old wooden school floors, not the linoleum like we got now. Them old wooden heels, you heard it clicking on that floor. And the students, as soon as the door closed, run! Nobody speaks to Mrs. Deaton. You challenged her. You're going to die. Run! There's a window. Just jump out. And about 10 minutes later, Mrs. Deaton came down the hall, and I heard a heavier person also walk, and it was my 7th grade principal, Mr. Robinson. And the door came open, and the class is sitting there. You know how y'all do. He knew. He gonna get it. I can't wait. Ooh, it's gonna be good. You sitting there like you got popcorn. Like, ooh, I'm watching Cardi and Nikki. What's gonna go down? They just sitting there. Then they come in, and you're like, I'm in the same spot. I have not moved. I haven't said a word. Because I don't owe a conversation or expectation to these folks who are looking at what's going on. They are fans. They have nothing to do with my success in this classroom. Does that make sense? Sometimes you tell the wrong thing to the wrong person. So I just stood there. Mr. Robinson walked in and said, good morning, class. Good morning, Mr. Robinson. He said, well, class, Miss Deaton has some exciting news to share with you. Miss Deaton, go ahead and share the good news. Class, good morning. This is Mr. Garrett. He's a new student. Please let him have a seat. And Mr. Robinson said, oh, no. That's not sufficient. I need you to have the same level of enthusiasm you had when you probably told him he wasn't going to be in your class, so we're going to do that again. And I'm looking like, oh, this getting good? Oh, it's good. This is Kool-Aid. I don't know what flavor it is. I don't know if it's cherry, strawberry. I just know it's red. It's a color, not a flavor, but I'm glad to be sitting right here for it. And I'm just standing there just waiting. And then she said, Mr. Garrett, my apologies. I've only heard that 2 times throughout my entire schooling experience. I didn't look at the information correctly. In my head, I'm thinking, boo, you didn't even pick up a file. I didn't say that. There are many things you can think, but it should never leave your lips. And then she said, class, we're excited. He has the highest test score in the state, so it's an honor for him to be in our class. Let him pick any seat that he would like. And then I spent that entire year trying to prove to Mrs. Deaton that I deserved to be in her class. I got a 97. I had the highest grade. But if you knew my father, Franklin Garrett, said English is your subject, that is not sufficient. I want to know where the other 3 points are. And I'm thinking to myself, but if you only knew what I did to get the 97, you would be happy I don't have the other 3. Again, there are many things you can think, but it should never leave your lips. And I wrote my first book, The ABCs of Life. I didn't give it to my mama first. I didn't send it to my grandmother. I sent it to Mrs. Deaton. I said, for every single student that you said shouldn't, couldn't, wouldn't, and won't, let me be one representative of all those who do, have done, and will continue to do so. Signed, yours truly, Byron Valdicio Garrett. I sent it FedEx with a signature required because I wanted to make sure she got that thing in the mail. And I wanted the receipt. I still got it framed in my house. So I was like, why you got that? I mean, maybe you need to be on Dr. Phil. You need to get past that in your life. No, it's a reminder that people may not always see your greatness, but it doesn't mean it's not there. It means that you've got to focus, and that's been the best book that I've had. It's the best book that I sold. I get excited. And then Scholastic approached me one day and said, well, we want to publish the book that you've already published. You want to do what? Oh, you want to write me a check to publish something that I wrote 10 years ago and you're going to put it out now? That sounds good to me, but I don't want you to publish it. I'll let you license it. That's a business term. When you go to one of your sessions, ask about that. I don't have time to unpack that. You should have came to the Moguls in the Making Academy. We would have went through it in detail. But my point to you is this. People may not always understand where it is you're headed. They may not even get the vision. They may not even think that you have one. Some people don't have one for themselves. There are two types of people in life. Dream makers and dream busters. And dream makers are the folks in life who spend every single moment of the day strategizing, plotting, planning, trying to figure out what do I need to do to make my dreams come true. And dream busters, they're the folks who have no dream of their own, so they spend all of their time trying to rain on your parade. So be careful, because sometimes dream busters can sound like dream makers. They sound like your hype team. They sound like they're trying to build you up, and on this end, they're really tearing you down. You don't know who to trust. But you've got to figure that thing out, because let me tell you this. Every single person you see going up the ladder are the same folks, if you're not careful, you may see when you're going back down. The same foot that you step on today are attached to the toes that will kick you out of your office tomorrow. It pays to be consistent and good at what it is that you do. You get to dictate, determine, and decide, and you get to negotiate what your future looks like. It is my hope for each and every single one of you that when I fast forward 5 years or 7 years or 10 years, they'll talk about the alumni of this particular organization and what you have done and how you're able to contribute and employ folks and give internships and scholarships to students who are sitting in the same seats that you occupy right now. And you know what I know about that? I know it's true because I know it'll happen, because that's who you are. That is the expectation. The bar is here. You've made a declaration by raising your money coming to compete saying, I am not average. Average is top of the bottom, bottom of the top, somewhere stuck in the middle. That's not you, boo. That's not the life you need to live, bruh. I could still be in the same trailer that I stayed in my senior year when I was in college. And now I walk through my house sometimes, I'm like, I need to sell this. This is too much space. My mama said, well, why did you buy the house? Because we didn't have one this big, and I wanted one, and I could. She said, yeah, you didn't think about how you were going to clean it all, did you? No, ma'am, I did not. This is a lot. But my point to you is it's not about the things that you acquire. It's about the relationships and the experience that you have along the journey. Someone asked me earlier and said, have you arrived at success? And I said, no, success is a continuous process. It's a journey. There are starts and stops and ups and downs and hills and peaks and valleys, and there are times that it doesn't even look like things are going to work out, and you will fail. But as Denzel Washington said in a speech at a commencement, fail greatly. And then after you've fallen, get back up, dust your shoulders off, and try and do the same thing over again. But this time, take the learning that you've received from that experience to improve so that you get a different outcome. Albert Einstein put it this way: insanity is defined as continuing to do the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different outcome. My question to you tonight would be, if you've got the same friends doing the same things that they've been doing since you were trading now latest for Starbucks and all this kind of stuff throughout your entire schooling experience, and you don't have the outcome that you want, then you need to do something different, unless you're insane. I got cousins that are still on the same block that they've been on since we were kids. I'm in my 40s now. My thought would be, you really spent the last 20 years doing the same thing. You're in the same spot. I could call you right now to the second and tell you where you're going to be. I don't want my life to be that predictable. I don't want you to know whether I'm in Asia today or whether I'm in Europe. Who knows? My mother texts now before she calls. I don't know where you're going to be, so I have to call first. You might be in the middle of a session. You're right. Tonight it's Birmingham. Yesterday it was San Juan, Puerto Rico. A couple days before that it was Miami, Florida. And tomorrow night it'll be Washington, D.C. Because that's the life that I wanted to live. And you get to live your life on purpose. Let me leave you with this final thought. So, people in life set goals, they have dreams, they have a vision, they have a passion. Most folks do. But when it comes to being highly effective and highly successful, people have an idea, but they don't want to execute. People want to be in charge, but they don't ever want to do the work. People want to get the credit and have their name in lights and their name on paper, but they don't want to do what it takes for the lights to actually appear in the first place. Sometimes all you got to do is plug in the switch to make the lights come on. But I meet people all the time. They talk a good game. They ear hustle everybody else's conversations. They floss and gloss and front and stunt and emulate, replicate, and duplicate everybody else's success. But understand this carefully, no one can beat you being who you are. You only truly fail in life when you're striving and trying to be someone that you're not. You only fail in life when you try to be someone that you're not. So here's my challenge for you from the first book that I wrote and the one that I sent to Mrs. Deaton. I've got copies. I'm going to do a signing afterwards as you make your way to the lip sync. It simply goes this way. From the ABCs of life, take the A, to accept the challenge. Take the B, to believe in the cause. Take the C and know that the choices you make, not the chances you take, determine success in life. Take the D to define yourself and develop your own goals and objectives. Take the E to expect failure, but also expect success. Take the F to fight on, be faithful, and finish whatever it is you start. Take the G to gravitate towards positive, successful people for the right reason at the right time. Take the H and harness everything within you, not to be rich or famous or wealthy, but just to be happy. Happiness is something money can't afford. If it was, it'd be traded on the New York Stock Exchange and would all be down in the dumps on any given day. Take the I to initiate the process, to get involved, to learn how to, and every now and then, just let it all hang out. Take the J and know that jealousy gets you nowhere, but you must always justify your actions. That's why you take the K to keep on keeping on and kick those negative habits and negative folks to the curb. Take the L to learn how to learn, so you still learn something new every single day. And then if it is important, you can think that great M for more money, more money, more money. But remember the great song that says the more money you have, the more problems you will see. That's why you measure your worth based upon what's inside your head and heart instead of what's parked in your driveway or hanging in your closet. Take the N to never, never, never say never. You take the O to organize your life and order your steps. Take the P and do me a personal favor. Put first things first, but always practice whatever it is you preach. Take the Q and quit quitting. Quitters never win and winners never quit. Take the R to respect people based upon their skills, talents, and achievements and respect them on nothing else. Take the S and stay strong to your values and beliefs and don't sell out to your friends or even the family. Take the T and travel the long road to equality because we still have a long ways to go. Take the U to utilize your network for someone else's to do well in life. And then take the V to visualize it. Only when you see it can you be it. And take the W and work till all your work is done. But my personal favorite letter of the alphabet is simply the letter X, which stands for X-ray, your own life for improvement. Not mine, your classmates, your chapter mate, Pookie, Ray Ray, Boo Boo, anybody else. X-ray your own life for improvement. In other words, you have 24 hours in a day, 12 hours to mind your business, 12 hours to take care of your business, leaves you zero time for anybody else's business. X-ray your own life for improvement. Take the Y and yield to opportunity, and above all things, take the Z to zealously strive to achieve. Those are the ABCs of life, and I'm Byron Garrett, speaker for life. If not now, then when? If not you, then who? Thank you all so much, and enjoy the rest of your conference.
Thank you, Mr. Garrett, for taking the time to be with us at our leadership conference and inspiring us to be the best we can possibly be.
For the closing general session on Friday afternoon at 2:15, All FBLA competitors may sit with their local chapter. All contestants in each event will be recognized in the audience, and the top 4 will come to the stage to receive trophies. Please remember that the dress code must be followed in all sessions. Remember, the district and state voting delegates will have reserved seating at the second general session beginning at 8 a.m. Delegates will be dismissed by district and then state delegates at the end of the second general session. District and state voting sessions will begin immediately after the second general session adjourns. Please check your conference program for locations. Only voting delegates are asked to attend the district voting sessions. All members may attend the state delegate assembly. For those members and advisors who purchased a ticket to the Alabama FBLA March of Dimes lip sync battle, the battle begins 15 minutes following this session in the BJCC East Ballroom AB. You must have your ticket to get in. Tickets were in your chapter's registration packet. Tickets will not be sold at the door. Shuttle buses will run to the UAB Hilton and Embassy Suites from 10 p.m. until 11:45 p.m. The last bus leaves the Sheraton at 11:45 p.m. Tomorrow, shuttle buses from the UAB Hilton and Embassy Suites to the Sheraton Hotel will run from 6:45 a.m. until 8 a.m. As a reminder, please be courteous to other guests in the hotel. Allow those that are not part of the FBLA conference to enter the elevators ahead of you, and please talk in a low voice while in the hallways. When out of your room, be sure to be properly dressed. Remember, you are future business leaders of America, and we want to leave a positive impact on everyone we meet. Enjoy the lip sync battle and have a great evening. This assembly is adjourned.